Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Right.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Nitai.
Shri Shri Radha Shri Shri Gauratai Ki Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharaj Ki Sadatai Gaur Premanande Navamiti Hare Krishna, we welcome each and everyone to this August assembly. Today we are going to see day 2 of of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So as usual, we'll first start with Mangalacharan, taking the auspicious invocation of all the assembled Vaishnavas, Guru Parampara, of course Srila Prabhupada, the spiritual ambassador to the spiritual world, without whose purports and translations we would all not be assembled here. And all the Gaudiya Acharyas who have given so many wonderful purports and transcendental realizations. So we seek their blessings so that today we can error-free, pain-free, and without any impediments, let us pray that we can hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Om Ajnana-Tirvidam-Dasya Jnana-Jana-Shalakaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Sahapitam Yen Bhutale Rupa-Padamaya Tadasvitsva Padatika Vande Guru Tidutarapadanam Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Rupam Sahagadam Sadagatam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijanaksamitam Vishvashayatagyadevam Shri Radha Pada Kanalita Vishta Kanvita He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandho Jagatpate Gopeshta Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patita Parvanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Krishna Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitai Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurayani Prachavine Sreshta Shrunyavati Pashka Vyadeshatari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare So we all learned yesterday the invocation mantras of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. I would like you all to repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So remember the meter that we learned yesterday. Anybody remembers the name of the meter? Shardula Vikritam. Janmadasya yato vayatitagata jatesha venyam. This is another way of saying, but the one that we learned yesterday was Janmadasya yato vayatitagata jatesha venyam. Te Brahma Hridaya Mohyantiyat Sutraya Tejo Varimridam Yata Vidivayo Yakradam Mishakam Damna Sve Sara Ilastapuraka Dharma Projanita Satam Vedyam Vastavamatra Vastu Shivadam Tapatrayojodanam Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Kīrtans Satya On this shloka, we have a different meter. So this is also saying that everything is not different from Vasudeva. So we'll have a different meter. So please repeat after me. Vasudeva Paramridam Vasudeva Paramridam Vasudeva Paramridam Vasudeva Paramridam Vasudeva Paramridam Vasudeva Param Tavara Vasudeva Paro Dharmo Vasudeva Para Gatihi Vasudeva Para Gatihi Vasudeva Para Gatihi. There is one more shloka. Now you might be thinking, how many shlokas will be saying? When will the Bhagavatam start? But this is how we will start every day Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So this is by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother. It is given in Chaitanya Manjushra. So please repeat after me. Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajeshataya Ramya kaschit upasana vrajavado Vargavirya kalpita Śrīmad Bhāgavatam amalam Purāṇam Prema upanto mahān Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Tatra dhara laparaha. So this sloka, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's verdict is that who is the ultimate person to be worshipped? It is none other than Brajendra Nandan, who is none other than Kṛṣṇa, who is worshipped by the gopis. And where should he be worshipped? He should be worshipped in Vrindavan. And how you should worship him? Just like how the gopis have worshipped. And which is the highest scripture? Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Why? Because it not only gives you bhakti, it gives you prema, gives you love of Godhead. And whose opinion is it? It is the opinion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is the highest conclusion of all the scriptures. That we have to worship Kṛṣṇa, we have to worship the Lord in the mood of the gopis, and we have to worship him in Vrindavan. And we can get all these details by reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So my dear devotees, welcome to the session of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, day number 2. You all can feel very happy that you have been consistently coming for 3 days. I see familiar faces. So that means you have not got bored of Bhāgavatam or me. So that way, it is very encouraging to see more and more devotees coming. More senior devotees are here. I would like to pay my humble obeisances and all of them. Quick recap. How many of you are coming first time? Please show of hands. In every serial, they show a recap. First time. Okay. So quick recap. Yesterday, we saw the invocation verses जो हम लोग ने अभी पढ़ा. उसके साथ ही हमने ये पढ़ा कि नैमिषारण्य में कुछ जो संत थे वे इकट्ठा हुए थे. कौन थे वे संत? उनका सौना ऋषि, और उन्होंने किसको व्यासासन दिया? सुत गोस्वामी. और उनसे 6 प्रश्न पूछे, और उन 6 प्रश्नों में से और उन 6 प्रश्नों में से वे जानना चाहते थे कि इस कृष्ण भावनामृत के बारे में जानना चाहते थे, और इसके लिए उन्होंने वेद व्यास और नारद का संवाद बताया. They spoke about the conversations of Ved Vyas and Narada. And Narada was spiritual master of Ved Vyas. We started seeing Mahabharata. Where did we start? From where did we start? कहाँ से शुरू किए? चेतावनी से शुरू किए. कृष्ण की चेतावनी शांति धूप से हम शुरू किए, और आगे कहाँ तक पहुंचे कि द्रोण अश्वत्थामा को किस प्रकार से बंदी बनाया गया. And we also saw how Uttara was there. We also saw how Parikshit was born. We also saw how the bull was getting beaten by Kali and how Kali was punished. And we also saw how Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. And finally, who appeared there? Sukadeva Goswami. We saw the qualities of Sukadeva Goswami. And the question that was asked yesterday was probably, what is this relation between this Sukadeva Goswami and Vedavyas? Father and son. But what is the background? Srila Prabhupada gives in the 9th canto, 21st chapter, 25th shloka. Very nicely in the purport, he explains the background of Sukadeva Goswami. It happened one day that Vyasadeva and his wife wanted to have a son. And they performed various austerities. And we see this in the Shastras that there are many husband and wife, they perform a lot of austerities for getting a child. Prishni Sutapa, Vasudeva Devaki, These are some of the examples of devotees who have performed a lot of austerities. Even Dasharath Maharaj and Kausalya, उन्होंने भी कई सारी जो है तपस्या की ताकि भगवान उनके घर में विराजमान हो, प्रत्यक्ष हो, प्रकट हो. So like this, when Vyasadeva and his wife performed a lot of austerities, then there was a divine blessing of Shukdev Goswami entering the womb of the wife of Vyasadeva. Shukdev Goswami is none other than the parrot, Tota, which is sitting in the hand of Srimati Radharani. So he knows all the wonderful pastimes of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. While he was in the womb, he acted like he was a Mayavadi. Mayavadi means they don't think that Krishna has a form. The Supreme Lord has a form. He is formless. But he was completely dejected, detached. Not dejected, detached from material world. तो माँ के गर्भ में कितने महीने रहते हैं शिशु? 9 महीने. सुखदेव गोस्वामी कितने महीने रहे? 12 साल रहे. 144 months, 12 into 12. 144 mahine. Don't ask Sukhdev Goswami how he stayed, you should think about the mother. More than the mother, you should think about Vyasadeva. All the services he has to do. 144 months. The mother was carrying the baby in the womb. And Vyasadeva was thinking, what is this? Why is he not coming out? And the baby started saying from inside, I am not coming out because when I come, what will happen? Maya will catch. How will Maya catch? You see how when babies come out? Huh? Shatvayu, yes, but when the babies come out, what do they first do? They cry. Have you ever seen any baby coming laughing? No, only Krishna came like that, smilingly. No other baby comes out from mother's womb happy. I have come. No. After coming, what does the baby first say? Ma. And then seeing the dad, what do they say? Papa. Mama, Papa. First day itself it is speaking Sanskrit. Mama, Papa. Because of my sin, I have come here. Mama, Papa. Mama, Papa. मेरे पाप के कारण मैं यहाँ पर आया. How nicely Krishna has arranged that. And we felt, wow, he's saying Mama, Papa. Mama, Papa. बर्फी बांटो. He's saying, अरे मेरे पाप के कारण तुम दोनों मिले हो, वरना नहीं मिलते. So he's saying Mama, Papa. And then if there is some problem in the baby, the doctor will come. You have to give medicine. What is the medicine? Streptomycin. मेरा पाप. बुखार है क्रोसिन. मेरा पाप. All the sins which we have medicine. We have this. So in this way, the baby is born. But Shukdeva Goswami, he did not want to come out and fall into all this. He said, I'm not coming out. But one day, after 12 years, Krishna assured him, come out. Nothing will happen to you. I give you promise that Shukdeva Goswami, when you come out, Maya will not catch you. Shukdeva Goswami said, thank you very much. On that day, he came out from the womb. And Vyasadeva was happy. Now we can play with the child. We can become a father. We can be like a mother and a father. Shukdeva Goswami started walking. 12 years old, he has fully formed legs, limbs. He said, I don't know who you are. I don't know who is mother, who is father. I am going into the forest. Vyasadeva said, Are Baba, 144 months I have served my wife. 144 months she has kept the pregnancy. At least one day you stay back. At least give us some happiness. He said, I have nothing to do. He went into the forest and started hiding in the trees. So Vyasadeva did not know what to do. So Vyasadeva prayed to the Lord with this shloka, which is given in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. And this shloka is in 3rd canto, 2nd chapter, 23rd verse. So please repeat after me. Would you like to learn the shloka which actually turned Shukadeva Goswami and said, I'm going to come back to Vyasdev? Such a personality who didn't want to get attached. When he heard this shloka, he got completely enamored and he said, Vyasdev, what is that shloka? Tell me. I want to learn from you. Aho vakiyam stanakala bhutam jigram sapapya dapisa sadvi lebe natibda triuchitam tatonyam tam va dayalam sharanam prajeva tam va dayalam sharanam prajeva. So this shloka is actually spoken for Kṛṣṇa. And Vyasadeva is saying, how shall I take shelter of that Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was taken in her arms by whom? By Purāṇa. What was the intention of Purāṇa? Of course, we'll learn this in the 10th chapter, but today we all know some past time. What was the intention of Purāṇa?
To kill Krishna.
To kill Kṛṣṇa. How did she plan to kill Kṛṣṇa? By smearing poison in the breast. And Kṛṣṇa wanted to drink milk. So you see, Purāṇa disguised herself like a very wonderful woman and she took Kṛṣṇa in the lap. And Kṛṣṇa said, okay, you are like my mother, you are giving me milk. But she was trying to give milk? No, she was trying to give poison. But Kṛṣṇa is super boss. So Kṛṣṇa, what did he do? Kṛṣṇa said, the Shiva in me likes to drink what? Milk or poison? Poison, that's why it's called Nilkant. So he said, Shiva, you drink your drink, which is poison. So Shiva drank poison. And then what is left? The air, life air. So that life air was drunk by Narayan, Vishnu. And Kṛṣṇa said, I only enjoy. Give me the milk. So Kṛṣṇa drank the milk. But now Purāṇa was killed because her life air was taken by Kṛṣṇa. But Vyasadeva is saying, because she served Kṛṣṇa by giving milk, Kṛṣṇa gave her Golok Vrindavan and said, you are my mother. Gave the status of mother, just like Yashoda Maiya. Purāṇa is another mother in Golok Vrindavan. You will be like, Hare. She gave poison. But what did Kṛṣṇa give? The status of mother in Golok Vrindavan. Vyasadeva is saying, where shall I meet such a merciful Lord who came to attack? But at that time he gave such a highest position to none other than Purāṇa. So when Shukadeva Goswami heard this, he said, I would like to know about that Lord. He was complete Mayavadi till then, but he completely changed when he heard about the personal pastimes of the Lord. भगवान के स्वरूप के बारे में और उनके दया के बारे में जब उन्होंने सुना तो वे बोले कि मैं वापस आ रहा। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी लिखते हैं कि सुखदेव गोस्वामी दो में बदले। There was a duplicate Shukadeva Goswami and there was an original Shukadeva Goswami. This he writes in the purport of 9.21-25. एक सुखदेव गोस्वामी जो थे वे ब्रह्मचारी रहे, दूसरे व्यासदेव के साथ चले. And that brahmachari, Shukadeva Goswami, is the one who is appearing before Parikshit Maharaj. This is what we saw. One who has very bright eyes, one who has lotus-like eyes, one who has the texture like Kṛṣṇa, one who has long arms. He is in the Avaduta Vesha. He is like a Digambara with a fleshy collarbone and very, very soft skin and very beautiful to look at. Such a personality, as equivalent like Kṛṣṇa, he walked in and all the sages stood up. And then yesterday we saw the questions that were asked. What should I read? What should I worship? What should I talk? So Parikshit started asking the same questions. First question was, I have been decided to die in 7 days. if we are told this, Prabhuji or Mataji, you are going to die in 7 days, what will we do? What will we do? Prabhuji, रोज से 4-5 साल सुना ये हमने खाया नहीं, यस साइलेंट आज तक गया नहीं है, जाके एक बार रोलर कोस्टर में जाने वाला हूं। यमराज बोलेगा इसके बाद भी यमराज में रोलर कोस्टर ही है, ऊपर नीचे। But we will be expecting all these things. But what is Parikshit Maharaj saying? I would like to know what should we do to get a peaceful death. Some devotees can sit here also if they want. It's okay. So what to do to get a very peaceful death? And the answer came from Shukdev Goswami. Listen to Kṛṣṇa-kathā and keep listening Kṛṣṇa-kathā throughout. Now, Parikshit Maharaj actually wants to hear about Krishna, but he doesn't know where to start. This is us. This is like us who are studying for exams. हमको पता नहीं क्वेश्चन पेपर में क्या क्वेश्चन आने वाला है, हम इधर उधर का सिलेबस सब पढ़ के जाएंगे और क्वेश्चन पेपर में आएगा ऐसा क्वेश्चन जो हमको बिल्कुल पता नहीं, तब हम क्या करेंगे? जो पढ़ा है वो लिखेंगे। क्वेश्चन वाले कुछ भी पूछे, जो हमको मालूम हम लिख के आएंगे। तो कुछ लोग पहले बोल रहे प्रभु जी एग्जाम से बहुत डर लगता है। मैंने बोला एग्जाम से मत डरो, रिजल्ट से डरो। एग्जाम देने में क्या टेंशन है, जाओ जाकर बैठो और लिखो और आओ। रिजल्ट से डरो, रिजल्ट के दिन सच्ची में डर रहे हो तो कुछ बात है। But devotees are very clever. Prabhuji, Krishna will help me, no? When boy can be. Said, yes. What happened? I said, why? No, Krishna will help me, no? I said, why? What happened? He said, they asked capital of India. I wrote Bombay. Now I'm praying every day. Krishna help करेंगे कि नहीं? बोला, in this case, no. गलती से अगर टीचर ने मार्क डाल दिया तो डाल दिया. So we should be very careful what we ask for, Krishna. So in this way, he asked the question. I think demonstration. Children, when they come, they cry. It's okay. Man. No. See? Stop. Very nice. No worries. So then he started asking questions from here and there. He said, how was I protected? मैंने सुना कि I was protected in the womb. कब से मैं देख रहा हूं. I am trying to find out the personality. How was I protected? I would like to know. And he wanted to know up to Krishna. And he said, what should I hear and what should I not hear? They said, and Parikshit Maharaj said, first thing you should not hear is about mundane topics. What is mundane topic? Material topics. What is material topics? आपको बता रहे कल क्या हुआ? वो माता जी ने क्या कहा? अच्छा मेरे साथ भी ऐसा हुआ. अलग अलग ग्रुप बन रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं? प्रभु जी भक्ति की बात करें. पहला बात क्या है? वो साड़ी देखिए, वो कुर्ता देखा. प्रभु जी इसमें भक्ति कहाँ है? मैं बाद में बात करता. These are mundane topics. प्रभु जी लोग भी कम नहीं. जैसी पूछे बॉस की या तो ग्लोरिफिकेशन या तो निंदा. So these are mundane topics. And these mundane topics are constantly spoken by people in general. Parikshit Maharaj said, don't listen to such topics. Listen to topics which are completely dipped in bhakti. Only hear those topics which give you bhakti, devotional service. And this is better than Yap, Niyam, Ashtanga Yoga. He explains all this in 2nd chapter. Why? Because bhakti gives you prema. Bhakti gives you prem, love towards Godhead. And this is greater than any Devata worship. Generally we go for Dev Pujas. Jai Jagadish Hare, Rami Jai Jagadish Hare. And then what do they ask? Tera tujhko arpan. Oh, everything is yours, I give it to you. But they say, मेरे को पैसा दे दो, धन दे दो, क्या लागे मेरा. This is like a challenge. मेरा क्या है, बस सब कुछ दे दो. So this is not like Devata worship. Parikshit Maharaj said that you should only worship Krishna because this is bhakti. It gives you pure love of Godhead. Parikshit Maharaj did not stop there. He asked many more questions. He said, I have a doubt. You see, Parikshit Maharaj is like us. When you don't know the topic that you have to write, and it is a 10-mark question, you will start writing pages after pages. Answer पता है? क्या लिख रहे हो फिर? जो मालूम है. बीच में कहानियां जो बॉलीवुड का फिल्म है वो भी लिख रहे हैं. Why? So Parikshit Maharaj is asking here and there questions, but his questions are very intelligent. He is trying to understand the universe. He said, I don't know who protected me, so let me first ask about the universe. So he is saying, this universe, what is its characteristics? इसका characteristic क्या है? इसका परिचय क्या है? और इसको संस्कृत में कहते हैं यद रूपम. क्या? He says, यद रूपम, please tell me, how is this universe? And Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami explains each and everything. How time, what is the swabhava, who is the living entity, what are the different elements, bhumi, rapo, nala, vayu. He speaks everything. We are not going to go into the philosophical details because in a katha you cannot go, because this is an entire second canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Very detailed. If somebody wants to know how this entire creation and sub-creation happened, these are the first two topics, Sarga and Visarga. The Sarga and the Visarga are the topics. They are like the feet and the thighs of the Lord. So these Sarga and Visarga questions were asked by Parikshit Maharaj. Then he asked, okay, these are the elements. Where is this universe taking shelter? And they said, Narayan is the one who is giving shelter to the universe. Okay, how is it created? Explain the process, how this creation happens. And then Sukadeva Goswami explains Karya Srishti, Karana Srishti, how Brahma came, how from Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, how Brahma started forming a navel. And on the navel on the top is a lotus flower. On top of lotus flower is Brahma. And who is conversing all this? Sukadeva Goswami is telling Shaunak Rishi that Parikshit is telling, Sukadeva Goswami is telling to Parikshit. In that, another story. Sukadeva Goswami is saying this conversation was between Brahma and Narada. So story ke andar story ke andar story. So it's story within a story. Pastime within a pastime. Then he asks, can you tell me how it is conserved, how it is maintained, and how it is destroyed? Yet samstham. He said, this is done by Mahavishnu. The most difficult job, not for Mahavishnu, but for us to maintain. Why maintaining is so difficult? Every year, January 1st, everybody takes resolution. Aaj वजन कम करना है. Gym join करना है. Gym जाते भी हैं. First week, I never go to the gym because everybody who has made a resolution come to the gym. And then the gym trainer will say, squats, 1, 2, utak, baitak, 10, 15. इसके बाद कभी नहीं जाते. लग जाएगा बोल. स्कूल में उठक बैठक करा देते, इधर भी उठक बैठक करा देंगे. कोई नहीं. Why? To join the gym is easy. To leave the gym is easy. To maintain the gym every day is difficult. So create Brahma, it is an easy job. To destroy Shiva, it is an easy job. Difficult job is what? To maintain. Who does that job? Mahavishnu. So the question was asked, who maintains? Mahavishnu maintains. But what does it depend upon? Everything depends upon Narayan. What are the different ingredients? What are the different ingredients? And these ingredients talk about the universal form. Yes. Lord's Virat Rupa is the ingredient. So like this technical topics Parikshit Maharaj is asking. And finally he asks about Brahma. Hey Brahma, I am seeing you are also having a chanting boy. You also go to ISKCON temple. So Narada says, no, I am chanting on my Lord. Narada says, I thought you were the supreme. He said, no, I am subordinate to Krishna. How? Then he explains this Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So please repeat after us. If you chant these 4 shlokas of Bhagavatam, you have completed Bhagavatam. This 4 shlokas of Bhagavatam is the very essence of Bhagavatam. So if we just chant these 4 shlokas, even if you did not come for 7 days, don't take this chance. But even if you don't come for 7 days, you can say, I completed Bhagavatam. So please chant after us. Aham evasam evagre Nāvyādhyam asat asat param Pāśyādaham yadetecha Yo vashishyeta so'mismaham Yo vashishyeta so'asmimaham. We'll go one by one, try to understand the meaning also. So this is 2nd canto, 9th chapter, 33rd verse. First question. भगवान का भौतिक रूप क्या है? आध्यात्मिक रूप क्या है? What is the Lord's material form? What is the Lord's spiritual form? Answer. Sukadeva Goswami gives. This entire universe that you see is the material form. And spiritual form is always existent. Krishna is always Krishna, even if the material world exists or doesn't exist. So Brahma says, Main rahu ya na rahu, my boss is always there. So first shloka itself is saying, I am not the boss. My boss is Krishna, who is always there. He is always there. So this is the first shloka of Bhagavad, Chatushloki. Next one. Hridayartham yat pratiyeta pratiyeta chakmani tad vidyadatmano mayam yata bhasho yata tama. So the second one, it was material form, spiritual form तो पता चल गया. आप मुझे बताइए कि उनका क्या क्या एनर्जी है, उनकी शक्तियां क्या क्या है. तो महामाया और योग माया करके 2 शक्तियां हैं. तो ये क्या है? माया ही सुना है. महामाया क्या है, योग माया क्या है? महामाया यानी कि वह माया जो हमें आध्यात्मिक रास्ते से खींचकर भौतिक रास्ते पर हमें अटल रखता है. Which takes us away from Krishna. That is the external energy of the Lord, which is the Maya, which is Mahamaya. What is Yoga Maya? It is under the direction of Krishna, helps a devotee to aid in the pastimes of Krishna. Even though if you are not understanding the technicalities, it's okay. Please understand that there is Chatushloki Bhagavatam and let us move on. Katha will come soon. As I said, first half an hour only, there will be full interest. In that, I have to give philosophy. After that, we'll go to Katha. When Katha starts, everybody will enjoy. But Śrīmad Bhāgavatam gives us philosophy and Katha. So do not worry, we have Katha also today. So let us go to the third one. Yata mahanti bhutani bhuteshu chashveshanu pravisthani apravisthani natateshu nateshvaham. So the question is asking that पहले भगवान का फॉर्म पूछा, फिर उसके बाद उनकी शक्तियों के बारे में पूछा. तीसरी बार पूछ रहे हैं कि भगवान का और इन शक्तियों के बीच में रिलेशन क्या है. वेरी नाइस वे ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग. भगवान का स्वरूप क्या है, उनकी क्या शक्तियां हैं, उन दोनों का शक्तियां और भगवान में रिलेशन क्या है. ऐसे कौन पूछता है शक्ति और भगवान में रिलेशन क्या है. वेरी सिंपल एग्जाम्पल. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैव प्लेड गली क्रिकेट? Gully cricket, very good. All of you are playing gully cricket. Imagine you are playing gully cricket. And while you are playing gully cricket, one person bowls the ball and today you are hitting a sixer. But in the gully, when you hit the sixer, the ball goes and hits the window. Prabhuji ko anubhav hai. It goes and hits the window. And most of the time, Prabhuji, the window is made of glass. Never the ball hits a wooden window. It always hits a glass. And the sound comes, everybody runs away. Bowler runs away, wicket keeper runs away. Only the batsman is saying, "Main kya mara?" The owner of the house comes out. Kisne mara? Kaun hai? And he sees that you have the bat. Kisne mara? And you said, look, I am a student of physics. Physics? मैं पूछ रहा हूँ किसने मारा? Sir, listen to me. The ball had potential energy. And when force was implied to it, it became kinetic energy. And this kinetic energy went and hit on the potential energy of the glass and it broke. So please blame potential and kinetic energy, not me. छोड़ेगा? हाँ? मुझे बोल रहा है और मारेगा. बोलेगा this is potential energy. Now comes kinetic energy. So we cannot do something and blame on energy. We are the one who imparted the energy on the ball which went and hit. तो पकड़ेगा हमारा काम ही. जुर्माना हमको भरना पड़ेगा, फिजिक्स के टीचर को नहीं. So this is the question. भगवान है, भगवान की शक्तियां हैं, इन दोनों में रिलेशन क्या है? The relation is that he is the one who exists outside and inside of all this energy. He is the potential energy, he is the kinetic energy, he is the person inside the batsman, he is the one who is giving the Shakti, he is the energy and the energetic. This is for us to understand. This is what Brahma said. Now understand it. I'll take some Laukika udaharan, that means practical examples so that we understand. Let's go to the fourth one. एतवाद एव जिज्ञासा तत्व जिज्ञासुनात्मना अन्वया व्यतिरेकाभ्याम् यत् सर्वत्र सर्वदा. So then Parikshit Maharaj understands these three shlokas. He says Krishna, his universe is his material form. His spiritual form is, he exists before and after the creation. And there is connection between these energies of potential and kinetic energy and all the energies. And Krishna is the one through Mahamaya and Yogamaya acting. And he is there inside and outside of everything. Then he asked this question, how can we serve? How can we serve very nicely? How will we serve without having pride? And the answer which was given by Shukdev Goswami is, please do bhakti. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So this Gyan, Vigyan and this Prayojana is called as Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana.
Sir.
The first is called Sambandha, where we actually form the relationship with the Lord. The first sloka is called as Sambandha Jnana. That means knowledge about how we are related to the Lord. Then comes the science, Sambandha Vijnana. Sambandha Vijnana. The third is called as Rahasyam, which is known as Prayojana, the ultimate goal. And how do we reach that goal is Abhideya, which is the last, which is called as Tadanga. You can note it down, refer. If you don't have the book today, I put these complex topics so that you purchase the book. Guruji, I want to know more about this. Please read second canto Bhagavatam, third canto Bhagavatam. The reason is the books have more knowledge than what we are learning in 1 hour. So my dear devotees, I urge you, our Karta has given such a nice opportunity for us to discuss. But the best way to relish Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is to take a copy home and refer all these topics. And read and have questions. Oh, bro, what is this? Mujhe samajh mein nahi aaya. Ask questions. Because if Parikshit did not ask questions, we would not have Bhagavata. If Arjuna did not have questions, we don't have Bhagavad Gita. If Janmejaya did not ask question, we don't have Mahabharata. If Yudhishthira did not ask question, we don't have, from Bhishma, we don't have Vishnu Sahasranam. So all these questions are asked. And unless Sanatana Dharma, we don't say if you ask questions, we will poke your eye. No. You can ask questions and answers can be given. So in this way, second canto speaks about the wonderful talks about Vidura and Uddhava. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking all these questions to Brahma. And after asking this question to Brahma, he says that I would also like to know about Vidura. I heard that he was in the kingdom. He was in the palace. What happened to him? So then he is slowly explaining that Vidura was very loyal to the Pandavas. So Duryodhana banished him, told him, get out of the palace. Don't worry, now Katha has started. So now it is easy to follow. So Vidura was banished by Duryodhana, and Vidura then went on a pilgrimage. He traveled all across the world to all pilgrimage places. And finally he met a person called as Uddhava. Who is Uddhava? Krishna's cousin, friend. And this Uddhava used to wear clothes just like Krishna. He used to look just like Krishna. And he was a very intimate friend of Krishna. Where Vrindavan, Dwarka, Mathura. Option A, Mathura. Option B, Vrindavan. Option C, Dwarka. Option D, all of the above. Not somebody will say all of the above. That is our shelter. Dwarka. So he was from Dwarka. So Uddhava was from Dwarka. And Vidura, while traveling, when he came to Dwarka and when he came to other places, he met Uddhava. And Uddhava said, Vidura, do you know, I have a lot of sadness in my heart to tell you that Krishna has departed from this world. And Vidura was in shock because he was going across the pilgrimage hoping that I will meet Krishna. And Vidura was very unhappy. But he said, Uddhava, tell me about Krishna. Tell me about the pastimes. Uddhava said, look, I am going to Badrikashram. I am being instructed to go to Badrikashram. You actually go to a person called as Maitreya. He will tell you all pastimes about Krishna. So Vidura says, Uddhava, you have served Krishna so well. He said, don't worry, I'll come back in 11th and 12th canto. Till that time, tata bye-bye. So when Uddhava Gita comes, we will see Uddhava again. And when in 10th canto, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we will see Uddhava went to Badrikashram. So Vidura proceeded and he went with Maitreya and he said, how do you know about all these topics? He said, when Krishna was departing, Uddhava was also talking to Krishna and I was standing and I heard all the talks and I got to know about it. And I also got to know all about these talks from my spiritual master. So now Maitreya and Vidura are going to talk to each other. And these are talks of Vidura and Maitreya. This is where the third canto and the fourth canto keeps coming. We have completed first canto and second canto. So now comes the third canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, where the talks between Vidura and Maitreya are there. First question, and these questions are asked by Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj says, I want to know about Vidura. Sukadeva Goswami told about Vidura and Uddhava's talk. Then he says, tell me what talks happened between Vidura and Maitreya. Sukadeva Goswami is talking about Vidura and Maitreya. Yes.
Lost the connection.
Lost the connection, so I'll tell again. No. Yes. So, no. Vidura was asking. So, Sukadeva Goswami was asked the question. And he said these questions are also answered between the talks of Brahma and Narad. That was explained. Then he said some of these topics were also covered between the talks of Vidura and Maitreya. He said, tell me about it. Before that, he said, before meeting Maitreya, he met Uddhava. So that talk was being mentioned. Now he has come and met whom? Maitreya. Now the talks of Maitreya are being mentioned. Clear? Okay. Everybody is with us? Yes. So now, Vidura and Maitreya are both talking to each other. First question that Vidura asked, who was the first male and female in this world? And now I ask this question. Some लोग NCERT का पुस्तक पढ़ के आए हैं. सब लोगों ने इंटरनेट में पढ़ा है. Who is the first human, male and female? Many of The people I have asked, they give this answer, Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve. So this is what we have learned, but actually we should learn the real names of these two people. Of course, the Abrahamic religions also speak about them, but for us, the name of these two people are Swayambhu Manu and Satarrupa. These are the two personalities that we should know. So he said, पहले उनके बारे में बताओ. उनके बारे में बताने के पहले again Vidura asks many questions on the universe. ये creation कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, कैसे मनु आए, कैसे planet आए. क्योंकि पहला क्या बोला, स्वयंभू मनु और शतरूपा. तो ये मनु क्या है, कौन से planet में रहते थे, कहां से आया. All this explanation Maitreya gives. And Shukdev Goswami records all that. This all forms the Sarga and the Visarga part of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. The 10 topics that I mentioned about creation, sub-creation. So there is continuing talks about creation and sub-creation. But finally he asked the question, tell me more about this Swayambhu Manu and Satarrupa. And he says, इनके dynasty के बारे में, इनके परिवार के बारे में बताओ. So this Swayambhu Manu and Satarrupa had 3 daughters and 2 sons. Large family. Yes, now from here, large families will come. But how many daughters did he have? 3 daughters. So please repeat after me the name of all the 3 daughters. These topics are important. Daughter का नाम क्या था? Let's say daughter 1, daughter 2, daughter 3. No, it is very important. Because each of these people have a personality of their own and they have a pastime. So the first was Prasuti, Akuti, and Devahuti. Everybody heard iti. So let us repeat. Can you please repeat? These names are good. Why? Because when you get a daughter, you can name such nice names. Not Pinku, Chinku, Tinku. Because when we die, when we call this Pinku, Chinku, Tinku, Yamaraj says, okay, you called 3 of my messengers, here they are. This is Pinku, this is Tinku, this is Chinku. No. Keep nice names. Bhagavatam gives so many wonderful devotional names. But some people mix 3 letters from their father, 2 letters from their mother. Just slightly deviating. In my school, there was a person who was called as Rangan. Very nice name, Ranganath. But his father's name was Kodanda. One who has a Kodanda. But they wanted to name him as K.O. Rangan. And I was in Kerala. In Kerala, K.O. Rangan, if you start reading it together, it is Kwarangan, which means monkey. That's such a nice name, K.O. Rangan. They made it Kwarangan without knowing the meaning. So we should be very careful while keeping names. So the 3 daughters, what are their names? Prasuti, Akuti, Devahuti. So this Prasuti married whom? This and all, we didn't get the invitation. We were not invited for a party. We didn't get the invitation. Prasuti and Daksha. The story of Daksha and Prasuti is very famous. Their daughter was Sati. And we all know the story how Sati wanted to go to her father's house. But when Daksha came, Lord Shiva did not stand up. And when Lord Shiva did not stand up, Daksha said, what a kind of person you are not standing up when I am coming. Lord Shiva was quiet. I curse you. Then Nandi was sitting there. Nandi said, I curse you back. Seems like our WhatsApp group. I call you this, then you call this a counter curse, counter curse. Then afterwards, so then, what happened? Then Daksha created a big sacrifice, yajna. And his daughter said, let's go now. Shiva said, look, invitation has not come. If there is no invitation, we should not go. He said, no, my father's house only. He said, last time he came, काफी गाली गली हुआ, मैं नहीं जा. बोला नहीं मैं जाऊंगा. So she went without her husband. A wife looks very wonderful when she is with her husband. Hence it is called as Madhava. Ma means Lakshmi, Dhava means Krishna. If there is no Krishna along, if there is no husband, then it's called Vidhava. Vidhava. So Madhava means togetherness. So Sati went alone and got insulted. And when Shiva was insulted, she gave herself into the fire. So all these pastimes was spoken by whom? Maitreya and Vidura. First daughter, Prasuti, they spoke about this. Then the second daughter was Akuti. Maybe the chronology might be different, so pardon me if the first and second and third are different. But Akuti, and Akuti or Akuti. Hare Krishna. Another one is there. That is it. Maybe the sound. The next sheet. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So the second daughter's name was Akruti, and she also had the appearance of the Lord as Suyajna. There was one of the appearance of the Lord known as Suyajna, Akuti and Ruchi. So Suyajna was one of the 24 incarnations of the Lord. So those pastimes also in 3-4 slokas he mentioned. The third personality is what we have to see, who is called as Devahuti. She was such a chaste lady. But then Vidura and Maitreya, they talk about the pastime of a person called as Kardama Muni. Somebody needs to take care of himself. So Kardama Muni was such a wonderful devotee that he used to do a lot of penances, austerities, and he used to do a lot of tapasya. And he used to do so much of tapasya that one day the Lord came on top of Garud, and he came there and gave darshan. And he said, Kardama Muni, what do you want? And Kardama Muni did not have a lot of bank balance. He did not have a lot of money in his pocket. But he was very pious and he was a very wonderful devotee. So the Lord said, what? You want to come to Vaikuntha? Come with me. He said, no, I have a different desire. He said, what is your desire? I want to get married. And Kardama Muni was doing tapasya for such a long time that he had long beard, long facial hair. Nobody would get married to him. But the Lord said, don't worry, when I go back, before that another person will come. Swayambhu Manu will come with his daughter Devahuti. And you will get the hand of Devahuti. This is a great lesson for all those people who want to get married. Depend on the Lord. Don't depend on Shadi.com. Depend on the Lord first. Request the Lord that I want to progress in devotional service. Your invisible hand, let it do the wonderful activity of bringing me the right person so that I can get married. Many people have fear. And nowadays, People are coming together and going apart. What shall we do? Kṛṣṇa Muni did not go and apply his profile anywhere. He just told the Lord, I want to get married. Lord said, I will arrange for you. And such a nice, wonderful wife, Swayambhu Manu's daughter, Devahuti, very beautiful. And Devahuti did not think, अरे इसके पास क्या profile है? Basic CTC भी achieve नहीं हो रहा है. How will I live? No, she served him very nicely. And in fact, he had a flying villa, a mansion, a palace coming out of his penance. And Devahuti was living happily. After many, many years, she said, I desire a son. They had many, many daughters. But he said, I want a son. Kṛṣṇa Muni said, I'm already 60 years old. She said, but still, I want a son. So finally, they got a son. His name was Kapil Muni. And he proposed and he gave the philosophy of Sankhya philosophy. Kṛṣṇa Muni said, I am going home to Vanaprastha and you take care of Kapila Muni. Devahuti had a lot of questions. All the questions were asked to Kapila Muni and Kapila Muni answered those questions. Lord Kapila is called, as we have the book called Teachings of Lord Kapila written by Srila Prabhupada. It is a summary of all the talks that he gave on teachings of Lord Kapila. So this story was also spoken to Vidura, and Vidura heard all of this. So 3 daughters covered. Now comes, he said, I want to know more. And he said, I will talk to you more about one other personality called as Diti. This Diti was the wife of Kashyapa. Kashyapa was actually a resident of Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and also Kashmir. So Kashmir area is actually falling under the rule of Kashyapa. So Kashyapa Muni used to stay there. And he had 2 wives, Diti and Aditi. So Diti once she said, I want a son from you. And Kṛṣṇa Muni said, look, this is not the right time. The evening time is not the right time to come together to have a son. Kashyapa said, this is not the right time to come together. Because this is Raudra time, when Lord Shiva is dancing and all his Bhutaganas are traveling. So if you get a child during this time, they will be very demoniac in nature. She said, no, I'm completely affected by lust. I want a child right now. So Kashyapa said, Vidhi ke vidhan ko kaun rok sakta hai? And in due course of time, 2 children were born. They were very demoniac right from the birth. And I need not talk about it more because you all saw Mahavatar Narasimha. Where she got these 2 sons. What was the name of the sons? Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Very difficult to write in their 10th standard certificates. Very big names. Hiranyaksha, he had golden like eyes. Hiranyakashipu, he was always after gold and women and soft bed. Hiranyakashipu, these were the 2 personalities. They caused so much of vidwams all across the world. So then Vidura was explained about the pastimes of Varahadev. You see, in our 10 avatars, what is the first avatar? Matsya. Why are we discussing Varahadev? Gautam should go by order, no? What are the 10 popular avatars? Dasavatar? Matsya, Varaha, Narasimha, Vamana, Parashurama, Srirama, Balarama, Buddha, Kalpita. Some people add 1 or 2 here difference, but there are Kṛṣṇa has innumerable incarnations. Bhāgavatam itself talks about 24 different incarnations. But Kṛṣṇa has many incarnations. But why are we talking about Varaha? But when it starts with Matsya, actually this Matsya Kurma Varaha is not as per order. The real order is Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. The first incarnation is the boar incarnation. Prabhuji, that's why even Jayadev, he actually writes the point Jayadev. Ransya Purna Varaha. It's the most popular. So in which kalpa we have Shweta Varaha Kalpe, and in which Manu Vaivasvatam Mantare. So the first Varaha was the appearance of Varahadev, the Lord as a wild boar. So there is a prelude story which is given that once Sanat Kumaras, they went to Vaikuntha. And these Sanat Kumaras, they are 4 young small boys and they are always engaged in Krishna's worship, Lord Narayan's worship. They don't need any visa, permanent residence or Emirates ID to visit Vaikuntha. They can just walk in. So one day they came at the doors of Vaikuntha and they knocked on the west door. There were 2 Dwarpalakas. What were their name? Jaya and Vijaya. Very good. Everybody has gone and showed their ID and gone. No, there is no coming back. Once you go, you never come back. This is Vaikuntha. And they were the doorkeepers of which door? West door. Because different doors. Not that Vaikuntha has only one door. Prabhuji, I saw in Tirupati, they call something as Vaikuntha Vasal. Only one. Not Alvasal, Vaikuntha Vasal. No, Swarga Vasal. No, Vaikuntha Vasal. Swarga, Vaikuntha Vasal. No, they have different doors. In each door, there are two doorkeepers. In the west door, you have the doorkeeper known as Jaya and Vijay. Jaya and Vijay said, please stop. Halt. Show your security ID card. He said, we are never sure. Who are you? You show your ID card. He said, no, you cannot go right now. Who are you to stop? बातें चली वहां पर. और जब ऋषि कुमारों को उन्होंने रोक दिया तो ऋषि कुमार जो है कुपित हुए और उन्होंने तुरंत शाप दे दिया कि 7 जन्म आप लोगे. कहां पर? भूमंडल में. Back in those days it was very big curse. अभी बोलोगे 7 बार आपका हैप्पी बर्थडे होगा. एक कहां होगा? No, 7 times you will be born in the earth. They all started trembling. Now we are in Vaikuntha. We thought, no ticket back. Now the person is sending us back. And when this talk was going on like this, ऊंचे आवाज में जब बात चल रही थी, तो Narayan heard this. So he came outside, one hand on Garuda, one hand on Lakshmi, with a beautiful, nice 2 flowers. He came there, appeared. And he said, what happened? आप लोग यहाँ पर अंदर क्यों नहीं आए? Well, these 2 people did not arise. But by seeing the Lord, they all became so saumya. They became so nice in their heart. They started glorifying. The Lord said, it's okay. Today is a discount day. I will give discount. You all can come inside. But because you stopped these Sanat Kumaras, not 7 janmas, I will discount it 3 lifetimes. You will be born as enemies to me. And Vijay said, okay. Then comes this pastime of Diti and Kashyapa, and the first Janma they came as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. This Hiranyaksha used to do all kind of nonsense activities, and what did he do? He took Mother Earth and he submerged it in the sea, ocean. I have a doubt here. How many of you have heard this? He took the earth and submerged it in the sea and the ocean. Where is the ocean? In the earth. So how he can take earth and put it in the ocean? Bhāgavatam में कुछ भी बोलते हैं सुनते जाते हैं. Some people are like, आप भी समझ ये सवाल मेरा भी था, भूल गया. How is this possible? Srila Prabhupada's purports are showing us. We should learn from Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada mentions that the earth moves around its orbit and the earth rotates also. If you all have learned physics, any object which is in motion needs what? Force or no, not gravitational force. That means force. But the force to be induced, you need a fuel. गाड़ी अपने आप थोड़ी ना चलती है. एक्सेलेरेटर दबाओगे तो ईंधन भी तो होना चाहिए गाड़ी को चलाने के लिए. तो धरती कितने तेज से रफ्तार कर रही है अपने ऑर्बिट में, तो ईंधन कहां है? Where is the fuel? Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, the indhan is the oil which is there inside Mother Earth, which keeps the balance, the center of gravity, so that it is inclined in its orbit and due to gravitational force, it is moving. What this Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu used to do, they wanted to know where is gold, and they used to dig all these places. And when they used to dig, all this oil used to get distributed here and there, and the earth lost its, imagine the digging. Now we are talking about this in the oil-rich state. But anyway, we should not dig too much. But this oil was completely taken out, and they were searching for gold. It's destabilized, and Hiranyaksha took it from the 14 planetary systems, and he sunk the Mother Earth, not inside Earth, in the Garbhodaka ocean. The ocean which is beyond this 14 worlds. It is said that Hiranyakashipu every day used to take bath in that ocean. Every day he will go and take bath in which ocean? Outside the world, outside the 14 worlds, he used to go to Garbhodaka ocean and take a bath. We are not taking bath even though our bathroom is here. That is another case. But in this way, he emerged, submerged the Mother Earth inside the ocean. And when this happened, all the Devatas said, Bhumi is not there. Atala, Sutala, Rasatala, Patala, Talatala, Mahatala, Bhumi, Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Mahajana, Tapa, Satya. This is the 14 planetary worlds. And what is not there? Earth is not there in between. Find the missing block. Earth is not there. So all the Devatas, they went to Brahma and said, Brahma, you created the world and the world is not seen. So he started thinking. And when he started thinking, a wild boar appeared from his nostril. What appears from our nostril? Let us not talk about it. So, wild boar appeared from the nostril. What kind of scripture is this? Coming from the nostril of Brahma, the Lord. The Lord cannot find some other place. It can come from the eyes, or it can come from the ears, or it can come from the mouth of Brahma. From the nostril? No, there is a big science behind it. Why the Lord came as a wild boar from the nostril? What was missing? A little louder. What was missing? Earth was missing. If earth needs to be identified, how do you identify?
Smell.
When the rainwater falls on Mother Earth, you get the fragrance of earth. They go to many perfume makers and say, give me this perfume. Not Vasane. I'm not talking about the actress, I'm talking about this beautiful description of Varahadev. This man means this mitti ki khushbu. Kahan se milti hai? Naak se. And, okay, Prabhuji, now I understood. Because Brahma created everything. The fire can be seen through the eyes. The wind can be experienced through skin. The earth can be experienced through the nose. Okay, I understand, but why boar? Why a wild boar? Huh? To dig. More than dig, this earth is submerged inside the ocean. Have you ever seen an object which is there in water for a long time? What happens to it? Erodes. Okay. If it is iron, it erodes. But what generally happens?
Heavy.
It becomes heavy. What else? A lot of physics question. Are you a physics major? But it's okay. Let us try to understand. कुछ चीज पानी के अंदर चला जाता है तो बहुत दिन बाद क्या दिखता है उसमें? Fungus. No, algae. It forms a green algae. How many of you been to Radhakund? When you actually take the first step, it's inside. Oh, Radharani's mercy. No. You keep your feet properly. Right? Algae. It is slippery. Right? A slippery surface forms on top of the earth. It's actually called as marshy. Marshy area or the marsh. So in this marshy area, there is only one animal which goes and keeps digging, and that is the wild boar. So earth was submerged inside the ocean for a long, long time. And because of which there was algae which was forming. And which is the animal which can come out and dig and take the earth outside? It is nothing but a wild boar. So now you know why it knows. Yes or no? Now you know why it was wild boar. Everything in Sanatana Dharma has a reason. For that, either you have to come to Saptāh or again you have to buy the book. Because all this Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purports. And hence in this way, Varahadev appeared, he became a very gigantic form and he immediately appeared and he submerged into the ocean and took Bhumi Devi. Bhumi Devi was so happy. My husband, whenever I want to talk to him, he never talks to me. कुछ ना कुछ काम, कुछ ना कुछ busy है करके चले जाते हैं. But in this time, inside the ocean, Lakshmi Devi, where is she sitting? She's sitting on the shoulder of Varahadev. Why is she sitting on the shoulder? The ears are very close. They can talk. And Varahadev cannot say no. He has come to protect her. And Varahadev is lifting this Bhumi Devi. When Hiranyaksha got to know, he came. He started attacking Varahadev. And there was a Ghamasan Yuddh which happened between Varahadev and Hiranyaksha. Actually, Varahadev was playing with Hiranyaksha. Just like how a cat plays with a mouse. Have you seen the mouse tries to run? The cat will give a slap. And the mouse will again try to run. The cat will give a slap here. So Varahadev was doing like this. Devata said, enough of this tennis game. Can you please stop it? Kill this guy. So this Hiranyaksha, he threw a spear on Varahadev. Varahadev caught it and threw it back. And then he hit with a mace. Nothing happened. And finally, Varahadev, he was standing with Mother Lakshmi. Lakshmi also said, please finish the matter soon. And Hiranyaksha came running and wanted to hit Varahadev and wanted to embrace Varahadev and crush him to death. And when he came close by, Varahadev gave one kaan ke niche. Now this I am not saying, Bhagavatam says. Bhagavan gave kaan ke niche ek zordar thappad lagaya. Hiranyaksha is over. Bola Varahadev ki jai. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki. So in this way, Varahadev appearance was spoken to Vidura. Vidura was very happy. He said, tell me about more incarnations of the Lord. All the incarnations were mentioned. Varaha was the first. He rescued Mother Earth. Suyagnya, we spoke about him. He removed the distress of the residents of different worlds. Kapila, we spoke about him today, gave the Sankhya philosophy. Dattatreya, he will come later in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam to the sage Atri. Gave us the 24 gurus. Sanat Kumaras, whom we spoke about today, who gave the curse to Jaya Vijay. They explained about self-realization of the Lord. Nar and Narayana, we spoke about him today. He expounded that how to win over lust and perform austerity. Dhruva, we are going to speak about him next, either today or tomorrow. Today we will just introduce, but tomorrow we will talk about Dhruv Charitra. And Prithu Maharaj, we will talk about after him. Rishabdev, Dhruv Narayan, because to show how resolve has to be there. Prithu Maharaj, how the earth needs to be nourished. This was showcased. Rishabdev, he showed how human life is for devotional service. Hayagriva, Jnanananda Mayam Devam, Nirmala Spatika Kritam Madharam Sarva Vidyanam, Hayagriva Upasme. The Guru of Saraswati, Hayagriva, he came to retrieve the Vedas and he gave the wisdom. Matsya to protect. Before this Manvantara was the Matsya, where Chakshusha Manvantara, and then he put the Vaivasvata Manvantara to protect the Vedas. Kurma to help the churning of the ocean. Narsimha, we all know, to protect Prahlad. Hari to save Gajendra. That's why he came in a hurry from Vaikuntha. In a hurry-burry way, he came as Hari and saved Gajendra. Vaman Dev, Onam we all celebrated to save Indra and plenish Bali. Hamsa, the swan incarnation to educate karma and jnana to the sages. Manvantara, in every Manvantara he comes as an incarnation. As Dhanvantari, Vaidyo Aham, says Dhanvantari. He is the one who invented Ayurveda. Comes with a leech, comes with a pot, comes with a kalash and all. So Dhanvantari incarnation who gave us Ayurveda. Parashuram, who annihilated the Kshatriyas. Rama, Sri Rama, to eliminate Ravana and to give pleasure to the Ayodhya Vasis, Balarama to diminish the distress of the world, Vyasdev to compile the Vedas, Buddha to show compassion toward the devotees, and Kalki to annihilate the miscreants. Tavakara Kamala Vare Maha Adhuta Srindra Kalita In this way, he appeared in various different incarnations. All 24 incarnations were mentioned by Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Now to go back, how many daughters, how many sons? 3 daughters and 2 sons. We talked about Devahuti, we talked about Prasuti, we talked about Ahuti. Now the sons' turn. There were 2 sons of Swayambhu Manu. Who were they? Priyavarta and Uttanapada. The entire world were divided into 2 to give the reign of Priyavarta and Uttanapada. Out of this, we will talk about Uttanapada. And that is where we enter into 4th canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. But before we enter, one thing about Varahadev that I would like to speak about. Varahadev is here, of course. It's the same. Those who want to see the deity can see it after the past time. Varahadev, the Lakshmi Varaha. There is one unique thing about Varahadev. In Kṛṣṇa, in Bhagavad Gita, he says a very favorite shloka of many people, 1866. What is the shloka? Sarvadharman parityajya mahekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshashrami mahasuchaha. He said, don't worry. Come and fall at my feet. Surrender unto me. I will take care of you. How many of us surrender in this material world? Very few people. Then we see Lord Rama's pledge. Sakriteva prapannaya tavasmit nitiyachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadam yetat mama. Ramacharama sloka, which talks about that anybody, any living entity who comes and says, Lord Ram, I am yours. I will give you the full abhayams. Like Vibhishana came to me, I will offer my pledge that I will protect you. So Rama gave this promise. Now the trouble is, we all need to approach the Lord and tell this. But many of us sometimes might be in a position that we cannot say this. Kulashekar Alvar says, Kṛṣṇa-kathā Matveda visatume manasa raja hamsa Purāṇa prayāna samayeka pavāda pittam Kantha varodam udau vismarana utaste. How will I remember the Lord when my throat is full of kapha, vada, pitta, and I have to remember the Lord? Kṛṣṇa said, when you think about the Lord, you will come to me at the last breath. How will I can't even think. And when I am lying down like a stone, I can't even utter the name of Kṛṣṇa. I can't even say Hare Krishna. I can't think. What am I thinking? The saline water is going on. And where am I? I see you. What does I see you mean? Yamaraj is saying, I see you. I see. And you want to say, I don't want to see you, but you can't say. Kapha, Vada, Pitta, everything is there. And devotees say Hare Krishna, say Hare Krishna. Can't say. Once there was a Gujarati gentleman, and nothing against Gujaratis, just an example. When you are in Bhagavatam, take these examples lightly. Oh, this Prabhuji said everything about Gujarat. Don't do this. We'll tell about Keralites also, Telugus also, everything. Just examples, take it light. So one Gujarati gentleman, they are good at business. He had 4 sons, Mahesh, Suresh, Ganesh, and Deeptesh. and he was lying down in his deathbed. He ran a shop, Mr. Asian Sons. So he ran his shop for many, many years. And at his deathbed, he was there. First he said, "Where is my son Mahesh?" He said, "I am catching your leg, Papa. I am here." "Where is Suresh?" "I am applying paint balm on your forehead, Papa. I am right here." "Where is Deeptesh?" "I am massaging your hands. I am here." "Where is Ganesh?" "Papa, I am here preparing khichdi for you." He said, "Sabhi log idhar hai, to dukaan mein kaun hai?" And he died. अंतकालीन आपको क्या सोचना है? गले के बारे में नहीं सोचना है, अपने गले के बारे में सोचना है। वो गला कैसे बिक जाए, अपना गला क्या कर रहा है वो सोचो. So Krishna said, "You think about me." How many of us are able to think about Krishna? But Varahadev says, if somebody chants this shloka while they are good in their mind, while they are looking at me and with prayer in my heart, if they actually speak this shloka, I will give you a promise. All of you want to know the promise?
Yes.
But before knowing the promise, please chant with me. Sthite manasi suswaste sharire satiyo nara Antu samye sthite smartha Vishwarupam cha mahamajam Tadastham riyamanam tu Ashtha bhashana sannibham Aham smarami madbhaktam Nayami paramagatim Aham smarami madbhaktam Nayami paramagatim Aham smarami madbhaktam Nayami paramagatim. Lord Varaha says, Sthite manasi suswaste. As long as you are very healthy in your heart, आपके जीवन में अगर आपका मन स्वस्थ है, उस समय पर शरीरे सतियो नरः, जो नर मेरे पास अपना शरीर जिनका पुष्ट है और अच्छी तरह से है, जब उस समय पर जब वे धातु साम्ये स्थिते स्मरता, मेरे पास जब आएंगे और मेरे रूप का दर्शन करेंगे, तो मैं उनको गारंटी देता. क्या गारंटी? Varahadev is here. He is hearing your prayers. And he is saying, I give the guarantee. What is the guarantee, Varahadev? How merciful is Varahadev? Bhumi Devi did not ask, but the Lord came to rescue. So this is Varahadev. So in this So we see very nicely in this pastime how Varahadev actually reciprocates with his devotees. And this is how these pastimes were spoken to Vidura. When Vidura says, I would like to know about Uttanapath. Who is this Uttanapath? What is his son's name Dhruva? Where did he come from? What did he do? He said, in old Mehta, tomorrow this is going to be spoken, so you all come. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Raj Bhāgavatam ki Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki Veda Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. If anybody has any questions, comments, clarifications, they can discuss. For that time at the end, when I cannot say it, I'm telling you now that Narayana, Hare Krishna, I'm saying it now. The Alva says. Very nice. Any questions? Yes. Children first.
Question? Then where are you?
Very good question. More than that, I asked a counter question. Where was Hiranyakashipu? Hiranyakashipu was his brother, no? So he is also somewhat developed. So there were some demons who went into different planets. They could travel. Hiranyakashipu went and even attacked the heavens. So those lokas were still there. So they transformed themselves to them. Just like our house. So there are two ways to answer this. I will answer it both ways. One is to accept Śrīmad Bhāgavatam as it is. Which is to say, when the earth was submerged, thoda sa shanti, 2 minutes just shh. So when earth was submerged, they all shifted to other planets and they stayed there. Another way to understand is, when you start a temple, you do a puja, correct? What do you call that? Bhumi puja. So, temple is there in how much plot? 2 acres, 3 acres, 4 acres, 5 acres. But what do you say? Bhumi puja. Entire Bhumi you are doing puja? No. You are only doing 8 acres ka zameen ka puja. Sometimes we have a house in Bombay, let us say. And in Bombay, when we have a house and like this, barish comes, lot of rain comes, and water enters inside our house. What do we say? Bhumi into it. All this earth has swollenness. Did the whole earth come inside your house? No. So some Bhagavata, some Acharyas mention in the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, not in the Gaudiya, that what this Hiranyaksh did is, he melted all the glaciers which are in the Kashmir region. And it causes an entire inundation. And he took a part of this and immersed it in the sea. There is this kind of explanation also given by Acharyas. But what do you say? Part of the earth is also Bhumi. So now there is another place where they can stay. That is to this. Okay? Whichever way you say, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is correct. Okay? Any other question? Children are having question. Very good. This is our next generation. Who says children are not our families? Yes. I will repeat the question.
When Varaha came to save Mother Earth, what form did he come in? Like Vishnu?
He came in the same form, like the boar. He was small boar, but he was very beautiful. How Brahma knew this is Narayan Mahavishnu? Because he zoomed and saw the eyes of Varaha. You see the eyes of Varaha, they are red like lotus petals. This is one unique feature of Narayan, that he has red lotus eyes, Padma Lochana. And when he saw the red lotus eyes of Varaha, he said, this is my boss. You have come in the form of Varaha. Thank you very much. So he came as a wild boar with 2 beautiful tusks and with a crown on top and with beautiful Kaumodiki Shankha Chakra. With all this he appeared. How he appeared? Like this.
Hare Krishna. There is some question in the chat box.
Chat box, can you read the question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, of all the avatars, why do we worship Narasimha avatar exclusively and regularly?
Because Srila Jiva Goswami, the question is why do we worship Vaishnava exclusively? There are some avatars which are called as Purāṇa avatars. They are the entire energy and the entire form of the Lord is taken. Nrsimha is one of them. Nrsimha, Rama, Krishna. And then Sri Goswami says these three are perfect. So which is most perfect. That's why he gave this order. Nrsimha, Rama, the most perfect is Krishna. Sri Goswami. Any other question? किसी और को कोई प्रश्न? Okay. So thank you very much. Today's Karta. Again, can we announce today's Karta's names? And we would like to thank them. Because of them, we could arrange such a nice way and Shantu, Visitor Prabhu and Another Mataji have opened their doors. We thank them very, very much. And as I said, my dear devotees, it's a very golden opportunity when you are hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam to take Śrīmad Bhāgavatam home. So those who don't have, those who have friends, those who want to suggest them, please take these books. These books are very, very wealthy in terms of their knowledge, and this is an investment for you throughout your life. And you should always read Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam feeling.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, business, Haridās Varya. Once again, we have to thank Anjali and Tushar for helping us to open the door to do this program. And again, today's Karta, Prabhu Prabhu and Soumya Mataji and their family. Thank you very much, Prabhu, being a Karta for today. And we are going to continue this tomorrow. So I believe we are going to establish okay with all of you because today it was perfect. And we will start at the same time, 7 tomorrow.
And we'll finish on time. Rightly, time back.
Yeah.
8:45 to 9.
And if you have any questions or anything also, even if you don't have time, there's a WhatsApp we can send. You can post it in a group, different groups, then we can collect and we will discuss during the short time or any week, and we can discuss and we can report. Hare Krishna. So we will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times for the preacher, for the Karta, and for the initiate.
And for the resident of.
For all of us. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
For our dearest Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Devotee Maharaj's health also.
And Amrish.
And Amrish Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna. Nothing. Okay, we are going to just nothing. I could just hold up. Okay, we are going to have nursing arati. Parallel, you want to announce something?
It is a quick bite and run case. We are not sitting and doing elaborate prasadam because we want everyone to come every day. So we will not get late to office or workplace. So it's a fast eating and going. Yeah.
But buffet, right? They'll
It's a
take
buffet,
it.
yes. You can just quickly grab your and have it. And please come on time tomorrow.
Can I return to Congress?